Hello and welcome back to UCL Review. Yes, our first of this shortened Champions League tournament. We had to bring it back because we have just witnessed one of the most incredible games in Champions League history. Isn't that right, Joe? I mean, what a night. I can't even get my head around it.
I mean, I've had a couple of beers, so I don't know whether I've actually just seen Barcelona lose 8-2 to Bayern Munich or not. That was one of the most disgraceful performances in Barcelona history. Absolutely pathetic. Front to back, the substitutions were awful. Setien now is hanging by a thread. If he's still in the job come Monday morning, he is a lucky guy. Bayern Munich had 26 shots, 13 on target. I mean, I think it really summed up how Barcelona's night went when Coutinho came on against his parent club, which I don't know how they've managed to allow that situation to develop Barcelona. It kind of surmises how poorly the club is run, really, from top to bottom, to let a lone player score two and get an assist against you whilst coming on as a substitute for a direct competitor for Europe's biggest trophy. The defence from Barcelona was an absolute shambles. I've got so many statistics in front of me, but it's not even worth reading about them. I'm just in pure rant mode right now because I've never seen such a humiliating defensive performance from a Champions League quarter-finalist, and a quarter-finalist of the calibre of Barcelona. Nelson Semedo just didn't fancy it, did he? The whole night, Dougie. Have you ever seen a worse right-back performance than that from Nelson Semedo?
I'm struggling to think of one, to be honest. I thought he had an okay first 10 minutes and then his confidence was just completely shot. There was one, I mean, the Alphonso Davies assist, he just goes in and out of him about 3 times. Semedo literally gave up by the end of the game, but he wasn't the only Barca player, to be honest. It was a shambles, as you've quite rightly said, and a real embarrassment to the club, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, do you know who I thought was really poor on the night? Lionel Messi. I think Lionel Messi, obviously the greatest player in the world, probably the greatest player of all time, did not have a sniff tonight. Barcelona started okay. You know, when they came out of the blocks, I thought, they actually are threatening Bayern Munich a little bit here, more than I was expecting them to, with that long ball over the top, because Bayern were playing such a high defensive line to press Barcelona so much that Barca were able to clip balls over the top, and they were having some joy, weren't they? They actually had 2 or 3 really good chances early doors, but from then on in, oh my God, everything just totally collapsed. They couldn't play against Bayern Munich's press whatsoever. The passing out from the back that has been so synonymous with Barcelona for so many years just totally failed them. And this ageing squad, the average age of 29 years, 32 days in this game, was totally exposed. They looked leggy, they looked tired, and to be honest with you, they looked past it. About 6 or 7 of these players should not be playing for Barcelona.
Well, even one of their best players this season in Ter Stegen had an absolute stinker with the ball at his feet. Normally so reliable. Yeah. He's giving a ball away left, right, centre.
I mean, Quique Setien, I think I said it earlier, but has now got to go. He'll be gone and they'll be lining up a replacement. It'll probably be Xavi Hernandez. That seems to be the chat, doesn't he? But if you're Xavi, if you're looking at this now, you're looking at this squad, you're thinking, Jesus Christ, we spent 500 million euros in the last 5 or 6 years, and this is what we've been left with. We're still having to use, what is he now, 32, 33? Luis Suarez, trying to run into 33 holes. Very, very tired performance from him. Arturo Vidal as a sort of false 9, attacking midfielder, left winger. Where was he playing for the first 45 minutes? I thought Setien's formation was totally wrong. It was way too narrow. Allowed Alphonso Davies and Kimmich to get on the outside of the fullbacks. And because Messi didn't want to track his man, and to be honest with you, Vidal didn't really know where he's playing, the fullbacks and the wingers had so much joy. Kimmich was so effective in this game that Lewandowski didn't really have to have that much of an impact. No. The real joy was done down the wings, and to be honest with you, I can't believe what I've seen. Am I really this drunk, or has this just happened?
I mean, it did really happen, but I can't quite believe it either, and it caps a pretty miserable season for Barcelona. Obviously, they finished 5 points behind Real Madrid. They exited the Copa del Rey at the quarter-final stages. They obviously lost the Supercopa de España, so they go trophyless this season for the first time in 12 years. Quique Setien has now lost 5 of his 25 games in charge, and as Joe rightly points out, he'll be joining Sarri in the job centre on Monday. Absolutely no hope for his survival now. But I do have a little bit of, an element of empathy with him. The Barcelona board is an absolute state. What they've done to the club over the last 3 years in terms of their recruitment is actually, quite frankly, a bit of a joke in terms of the team and the money that they've wasted. They've, run a smear campaign against their own players. They've denied chasing Xavi when they clearly did. And it's left an absolute mess for, quite frankly, quite a nice guy in Quique Setien, who is completely out of his depth, having never managed anywhere close to this level to try and pick up the pieces. And it hasn't gone well, to say the least.
What I will say though, Dougs, is he has absolutely no right to be wearing jeans on the touchline in a Champions League quarter-final. If anything summed up their night, it was that.
He looked like a dad watching his 7-year-old on the pitches of Hackney. No, it wasn't good at all. But let's move on to Bayern, because their treble chasing continues. They obviously won the Bundesliga by 14 points. They destroyed Bayer Leverkusen in the DFB Pokal final, and they're now into the Champions League semi-finals. For just the second time in 4 years. They were obviously frighteningly good in the league. 100 league goals scored for the first time since 1972, averaged 2.9 goals per game, and their Champions League form, get a load of this, played 9, won 9, scored 32 at an average of 3.6 goals per game. And considering they've played games against Spurs, they've played games against Chelsea and Barcelona, this attack is quite frankly ridiculous. And yes, I did think there was some defensive weakness in that first half, particularly down that left-hand side. Barcelona had a number of good openings, but most of Barcelona's best chances came in from unreal Messi crosses. But after that, as Joe says, he seemingly lost interest, and Barcelona just gripped the game. That high press really strangled Barcelona. They couldn't get out of their own half, and they were making errors for days around the edge of their box as well, just leading on pressure. Hansi Flick, though, massive credit to him. He's become just the third manager to win his first 6 Champions League games in charge.
Dougie, if Hansi Flick wins the treble in his first season in club management, going 22 games unbeaten, or 22 games won in a row, is it the greatest feat in managerial history? It's got to be up there.
It might well be, to be fair.
But it's got to be up there.
I mean, people talk about Zidane winning those 3 Champions Leagues in a row, but they were not in the state that Bayern Munich were in when Hansi Flick took over. They were 7th in December, they were 4th when he took over, and he's got them playing some of the best football Europe has seen in the last 5 years. And this is a manager who hasn't really had that much experience with managing. Just a couple of spells at Hoffenheim. He's mainly been used in a sort of sporting director role. He was obviously Joachim Löw's assistant during the World Cup, of course. So what an achievement for him. Going on to some of the key performers in this game, some of the stats are just ridiculous. Thomas Muller, 113 Champions League appearances, a German record, scored 2 goals, bringing him to 6 goals against Barcelona in the Champions League alone. He's also now scored 23 goals in the Champions League knockout stages. Only Ronaldo and Messi have scored more. What a clutch player. Ruled out about 12 months ago, has passed it. He has performed incredibly well this year, Thomas Muller, and deserves all the plaudits going his way. Lewandowski has now just become the 5th player in Champions League history to score in 8 consecutive games. And then Coutinho is sort of finishing off this script for the final 10 minutes. But he comes on, grabs 2 goals and 1 assist in his 10 minutes on the pitch, 1 key pass and 3 shots. And he looked pretty sort of guilty while he was doing it. Obviously, mixed emotions playing against his parent club. But as Joe says, what a folly to send this guy out on loan and allow him to play against them at this stage of the competition.
How does that happen at this level? Honestly, the contractual negotiations department need their heads banging together to allow this to happen. It's a shambles.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole club has been so poorly run for about 3 or 4 years now. Of course, Bayern will now play tomorrow night's winner between Man City and Lyon next Wednesday night. Barcelona, meanwhile, have a serious summer of uncertainty ahead. What's going to happen with Coutinho? What's going to happen with Dembele? What's going to happen with Rakitic, Vidal? Are they going to be able to replace Alba, Busquets, Messi, Suarez? All these players they need to start thinking about. And Setien's going to be out the door too. It's absolute, pure, unadulterated chaos at Barcelona right now, and I, for one, am absolutely loving it.
Same.
Key stat, though, the last 3 times these teams have met in the Champions League, the winner has gone on to win the competition. And Joe, can you look anywhere past Bayern Munich for this year's competition?
I mean, how good is that semi-final going to be if Man City do the job against Lyon? It's going to be an incredible game, just a tactical chess match. I do still believe that Bayern Munich have enough to win this Champions League. I said it as soon as I saw them beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. This is the best team in Europe right now. Frightening amount of depth as well across the board. And I just think without Sergio Aguero, Manchester City might come a little bit unstuck against a team of Bayern Munich's calibre. But let's face it, Lyon aren't going to be a pushover either. They've got to get past Lyon, because in 2018-19 Champions League, let's not forget that Lyon beat City once and drew with them once. So they're not going to be mugged by any means.
Yeah, 100%. I just feel like Man City, having lost 9 league games this season, have looked shaky at the back. That Bayern Munich attacking machine, it's so fluid, it's so effective, so much pace, power, anticipation, it's got it all. I can really see them, unless Man City play the best game of their season, which they are capable of doing, I can only see Bayern Munich winning. But guys, we want to know from you, are Bayern Munich the champions-elect after that performance 8-2 against Barcelona? And what do Barcelona do from here? Let us know in the comments down below. Joe, what should the good people go and do now?
Yeah, go and watch We Need to Talk. I shot it today looking at some of the worst transfer rumours this week, including Ronaldo to Barcelona, who probably wouldn't have helped tonight, to be totally honest, dude.
No, he certainly wouldn't have. Right, guys, thank you very much for watching UCL Review. Joe needs to go sober up and I need to go for a lie down. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Bye.